was making the sound was not easy to deal with. The four immediately used their professional abilities to defend, and four auras surrounded them. A foot suddenly stomped forward, and at first glance, it didn't seem human. Now, in the light, they could see that what they had just seen was a demon. Its face was a skull with two sharp horns, its body was muscular, and its limbs resembled those of a crawling animal with sharp claws. It mumbled its introduction, "I am the director of Red Star Mental Hospital." It was likely that this director had evolved into this terrifying form. In this form, it was also a messenger sent by Solomon, the 16th messenger among the 72 demon gods. Han Xiao shouted in confusion, He's a demon." Una repeated doubtfully, "A demon messenger?" Meng Meng glared at him angrily. The demon slowly stepped forward and said gloomily, "Pretending to be calm is useless. Becoming my master's sacrifice is the only outcome. This girl, if you are willing to be loyal to my master and bear his children." It focused on the young and beautiful Meng Meng, and the demon roared with a lustful look, continuing, "I can spare her." Meng Meng was disgusted by it, and she angrily shouted, "Humph. Stop dreaming, you go bear children for your master." Chen Bai smiled faintly. He had long seen through these low-level demons' tricks and said, "Those low-level demons changed by humans, aren't you too arrogant?" Now, Chen Bai's powerful demonic energy erupted again like a blazing fire. He switched to his Virus King form, his body full of power, and said, "If you really have the ability, then come show it to your grandfather. Stop performing these boring tricks here." The Demon King also sensed the intent to fight and began releasing more demonic aura surrounding him. The demon responded, "Humans truly don't know the sky is high and the earth is wide. Let me show you." The ghostly shadow behind him let out a roar of pressure. The demon raised both hands and shouted, "My master granted me this power." His ghostly shadow was 10 times bigger than Una's, causing Chenbai and the others to feel fear at the demon director's anger. "What kind of power is this?" Han Xiao was the first to react. He covered his face, looking very confused and uneasy. Han Xiao's heart was severely hurt, thinking, "What is this terrifying feeling?" He was in great pain under the demon's control. Even Dream, who possesses 3S level abilities, could not withstand her. In pain, she held her head and cried for help, "Master Fishu." Even Chen Bai found himself in a predicament. He crouched down and thought, "This is really annoying. The thing I hate most is these ghostly mental powers. I always have to endure constant mental pressure. Although my mental strength is high, I have no spiritual abilities. If this keeps going, it will be very disadvantageous." At this moment, he decided, "I'd better end this quickly." After saying that, Chen Bai rapidly transformed and charged toward the demon at an incredibly high speed. In an instant, Chen Bai struck the demon's abdomen heavily. It winced in pain, swinging its hand to retaliate, but missed. However, this had no effect on the demon. It approached Chen Bai and said with disdain, "Not bad." Chen Bai was a bit stunned. The next second, hellish demonic power enveloped Chen Bai like thick smoke, so intense that it was almost impossible to see him. Just now, Chen Bai had advanced to a higher level and gained a shield, which he quickly used to defend. He fought desperately against the encroaching hellish energy. After a while, seeing that Chen Bai was still able to resist, the demon lord looked up and said appreciatively, "You really have some strength." But then, the demon said smugly, "You managed to block it, but you can't break through my hellish black flames. The result will be that you're defeated by my mental suppression." Only Chen Bai could persist in resisting. The others, like they had lost their combat ability, could only clutch their heads in pain. Our Chen Bai gradually started to lose his footing. Under the demon's mental shock, his body was on the verge of collapsing. The demon opened its mouth wide, revealing a mouthful of sharp teeth, and angrily shouted, "There's no way out. There's no escape." A thick aura erupted. from the demon's body, and it roared, "In this moment of life and death, struggle and scream all you want. Show me your expression of despair." Han Zhao's gaze gradually became dangerous as he gently smiled, hiding his smile, haha. A bright light appeared, blocking the demon's mental attack and disrupting its mind. This strong aura of resistance actually came from above Han Zhao's head, and the light was even brighter than before. Una exclaimed in surprise, "The power of mental suppression is gradually disappearing?" Dream. Sighed, "Why didn't you use this ability earlier, Han Zhao?" Even Chen Bai couldn't believe his eyes. Regarding this move, that big fool Han Zhao explained, "Although I don't know what happened, it seems I just need to release some mental energy to resist his suppression." Dream was at a loss for words. In the end, Han Zhao turned out to be useful. The demon noticed his other ability and approached, saying, "Han Zhao, so you're the heir of the Han family bloodline." The demon deliberately approached him and said, "Don't think you can resist mental suppression just because of your bloodline. My hellish black flames can still turn you into ash." Han Zhao, unwilling to back down, responded. He stretched out his hand to block his throat and said, "Hey! Aren't you a dog under the master's command? How do you think you can kill the master's heir? Aren't you afraid of the master stepping on you?" The demon's eyes turned bloodshot as it angrily answered Han Zhao, "It's just a family wanting to betray the master. If I kill him, maybe I'll get the master's favor. You'll all turn to ashes in the hellish black flames." This truth made the demon even angrier. He leaned back, lightning crackling from his head, and fire spewed from his mouth as he roared, "Hell!" Immediately, Una, Dream, and Han Zhao quickly flew forward, shouting in unison, "Don't let him breathe fire, stop him quickly." Strangely, Chen Bai still stood calmly, thinking that the demon would spew a long stream of fire. Just as he inhaled, he sneezed, and a few sparks flew out, having no effect at all. The three, who were about to charge, had to slam on the brakes. They looked puzzled and asked, "Old man, did you catch a cold? Is this a new move?" "Don't forget, our male lead is a virus profession." He calmly commented, "The effect is slower than I expected. Looks like your body is not bad even at the demon level. If I can't win, I'll give you some viruses to try." Chen Bai gently stepped toward the monster, his skin pale. He coughed continuously and barely managed to say, "Cough, what exactly did you do?" Now, fearless, Chen Bai approached the demon and whispered, "It's just a skill that makes enemies keep sneezing, but I recently upgraded it. It's called influenza, a lung infection." The demon stood frozen. The system announcement displayed, after releasing the pulmonary infection evolution skill, the target will enter the initial stage, with a duration ranging from 1 second to 10 minutes, depending on the physical differences between both parties. Chen Bai was surrounded by the recovering flu virus aura, affecting his entire body. The system continued, in the first stage, all attributes gradually weaken, and 3 to 5 types of disease-like debuffs randomly appear. All gathering skills will be affected by the sneezing effect, resulting in inaccuracy, slowdowns, or failure. In the second stage, physical strength will decrease to less than half. The demon, a weak figure, trembled from the fever, coughing uncontrollably and spitting out a lot of thick phlegm. He struggled to say, "Impossible. How could I fall ill?" The system continued, in the second stage, all recovery abilities are reduced by 90%, making it difficult to focus. 5 to 10 disease debuffs appear randomly, and respiratory abilities begin to decline. At this point, the demon struggled to stay on his feet. He continued coughing angrily, saying, "I am a high-level life form, how can this be happening?" Chen Bai casually put his hands in his pockets and leisurely followed the demon. He had already entered the third stage and lost effective breathing ability. The flu caused the demon's breathing ability to decline. He shivered, desperately gasping for air, and eventually collapsed. Qianbai looked down from above, thinking, not bad, even demons need to breathe. This really justifies all the virus points I used. The system reminded, defeat the Hell Dungeon boss, Summoner Zhao Changlin, level 12, earn 30,000 experience points based on battle contribution. Without much effort, the demon collapsed in front of Qianbai, falling face first to the ground. Qianbai, satisfied, propped himself up with his hands and turned to look at his three teammates huddled together, shivering. He felt curious. He pointed at them and asked, "What are you doing?" They had overdone it. They'd only flown for a short while and were already sticking their necks out. Han Xiao, Meng Meng, and Oh Na immediately covered their noses and mouths. Han Xiao said without words, "Ah. There's a virus, master." Meng Meng warily said, "I don't want to catch a cold." Oh Na didn't speak, tightly holding on to her mask and humming. Sensing their fear, Qianbai smiled and turned to explain, "Don't worry, you won't be affected unless I specifically release it." The three relaxed, letting go of their hands and breathing a sigh of relief. Meng Meng tiredly lay down, sighing, "So strong. By D, your skill is truly invincible." Han Xiao, foolishly, gave a thumbs up. Qianbai, focusing on the system, said, "Stop buttering me up. This demon isn't strong, that's why it worked. Also, there are some monsters that don't need to breathe." He then turned to Han Xiao and said, "Remind me about the pass and video release notifications. My task is already complete, how's yours going?" Han Xiao froze. He then looked at the system, puzzled, Why is there no completion notification for the task? Bai looked ahead and said firmly, "There should still be a dungeon task left, go find it quickly." He then turned and asked about the video release. "By the way, I'm planning to release this video. Does anyone not want to show their face or become famous?" Soon, he learned that it was Oh Na. He immediately said, "Captain, please cover your face." Meng Meng, looking blissfully at Qianbai, also said, "I feel the same." Han Xiao clasped his hands together, happily saying, "Make it more secretive. By the way, let's first see what the boss dropped and then help me find the dungeon task." Soon after, the video was released, with the content, Evolutionary Bai leads his teammates Meng Meng, Han Wang, and Oh Na through the nightmare psychiatric hospital dungeon, level 5 to 12. The video tutorial copy has been uploaded, with a viewing fee of 5 yuan per view. The scene shifted to Jiang City, in Song Ziqiang's villa, where she and Lan Shuang watched the video from the system notification. The young evolvers were all paying close attention to this news, and Qianbai's video notification reached their hands, leaving everyone surprised and curious. In a room, a long-haired, strong boy with muscular arms, clearly very powerful, was about to click to watch the video when he saw the notification. A relaxed smile appeared on his face, and he seemed cheerful. On the 15th floor of a room in Jiang City, Qianbai's old classmates were watching the video together, fighting demons. The two boys, Tang Linping and Li Feng, said nothing. Standing behind them, Zhang Shui, along with Tao Wei, said, "Although the face is covered, I remember those two arms and claws very clearly. From these videos, it's definitely Qianbai." Tao Wei, sitting in front of the two, crossed her arms and reproached, saying, "Come on, why are you two so quiet? Who said Qianbai was a liar earlier?" Li Feng couldn't believe it. He was sweating heavily and said, "Qianbai, is he still in the hotel room?" He still couldn't believe it and added, "And even if this is Qianbai, it only proves he has strong combat abilities. There's no evidence proving the address he mentioned is real." Tang Linping, listening, thought it made sense. He stood up, speaking with a tone of suspicion. "Indeed, if that's the case, it might be even scarier." He then continued thinking, "Have you ever thought about this? Maybe Qianbai wants to lure everyone to the power station and capture us to feed himself?" The overthinking expression on Zhang Ping's face twisted, presenting a demonic image, and then he continued, "This is the most terrifying At this moment, Shui Wei directly addressed the issue. She stood up, ready to protect Zhang Bai. Li Feng. Everyone can see that. You don't have a good relationship with Zhang Bai. He distributed the equipment, but you're the only one left out. She then turned to Zhang Leiping and said seriously, and you, Zhang Leiping, do you still dare to argue? Both of them froze and said nothing. Then Shui Wei took out her system, pressed a button, and glared at the two fools. Let's see the video I sent you. Looking at the timeline, a monster, resembling a large chunk of meat, appeared in front of them. It was completely red, with many sharp teeth, biting into zombie flesh. Zhang MISU was so scared she covered her mouth. Ah. What is that monster? Shui Wei, what do you mean by sending this? Shui Wei responded seriously, this is the video Song Kai just sent me. Let's watch it together. Zhang Leiping and Li Feng were stunned after receiving the video. Li Feng's mouth stiffened. This is. In the video, Song Kai appeared in the frame and directly explained, this is the meat bone wall of the outside settlement area. It only eats zombie flesh. Haha, Shui Wei, did it scare you? Then Song Kai continued recording the video, introducing the base where she and Shui Wei lived. She happily waved and said, you wanted to see the base, right? The Cosmic Wool video isn't cheap. I could only buy 10 minutes. It should be enough to see from the foot of the mountain to the top. Next, Song Kai shifted the camera to the stall at the foot of the mountain, happily introducing, the foot of the mountain is the busiest place. Anyone can participate with just 1 gold coin a day, but if you cause trouble, you'll lose your life. She then moved the camera to the mountainside. The mountainside is where our relatives live. We're planning to expand the entertainment area. After leaving the mountainside, Song Kai took the camera to her mother's villa at the top of the mountain. Continuing happily, this is the villa at the top of the mountain, where I'm currently living. You should know my home now. Not many people are here, but it's definitely safe, and ordinary people can't enter. As good friends, Song Kai quietly told Shui Wei some things. She blushed and said, but you might stay here for a while. Even though you say Zhang Bai hasn't taken action yet, it's only a matter of time. He's such a big pervert. Her expression was filled with a special happiness when mentioning Zhang Bai. Song Kai expressed her longing for her friend and enthusiastically urged Shui Wei to come to the base. Just hurry up and come, I still have a lot to tell you. I need to go do some dungeons to improve my constitution. Otherwise, we won't be able to handle Zhang Bai. Shui Wei turned as red as a ripe tomato. Zhang MISU, hearing this, was also excited and whispered to Shui Wei, let's go together. Have you asked Song Kai how many women Zhang Bai has? Shui Wei lowered her head and replied, that doesn't matter, Zhang MISU. Shui Wei covered her blushing cheeks with her hand, feeling very hot all over. She thought to herself, humph. I should have watched it myself first, before sending it to others. Based on Song Kai's real description, Li Feng immediately developed trust in her. He spoke up, well, now there's no problem. I didn't expect Zhang Bai to be this strong. However, Zhang Leiping seemed a little unwilling. Li Feng awkwardly turned around and added, actually, I only raised some possibilities before we can discuss it. Zhang Leiping, distracted by Shui Wei, eagerly said, Shui Wei, you can't become Zhang Bai's woman. Shui Wei gave Zhang Leiping a cold glance, her tone threatening, what do you mean? When did I ever say I wanted to be his woman? Zhang Leiping hadn't confessed yet, but Shui Wei was already so decisive. Zhang Leiping seemed to find hope again. His attitude became more eager as he continued, yes. He's really too flirtatious. Who knows how many women he has? You definitely don't like it, right? However, Shui Wei remained silent, not responding to him.